Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash, and double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and sincere blessings to the hopeful elect and the one-third scattered across the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to every brother out there presenting his body as a living sacrifice. And shalom to the very few women out there who submitted themselves to their husbands but are still learning in silence. And this is a response sit down to the segment called As a Man Thinketh. And I just got a couple precepts to go with certain things that I read as I was reading it. And it says, suffering is always the effect of wrong thoughts in some direction. It is an indication that the individual is out of harmony with himself and with the law of his being. The sole and supreme use of suffering is to purify, to burn out all that is useless and impure. And that's definitely made me think of the precept in 1 Peter 2 and 19. This is 1 Peter 2 and 19. For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience toward God endure grief, suffering wrongfully. Verse 20. For what glory is it if, when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if, when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with God. Verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. So, suffering is basically, it's like a purifying agent, you know? Through suffering, it's teaching us something about ourselves, and it's teaching us, obviously there was something not in balance within us, and that's where the suffering comes in, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, and it's definitely nobody likes to suffer, but it's definitely needed in life to become a stronger person and a more righteous individual. And that's one of the things I realized during my journey of life. That's definitely what I realized. Our thoughts definitely can be our biggest enemies, because our thoughts manifest into other things, as far as actions and the way you perceive things in others and the way you perceive the world. As it says right here, men imagine that thought can be kept secret, but it cannot. It rapidly crystallizes into habit, and habit solidifies into circumstance. And that's definitely true. That's definitely true. I have my own testimony of that, because in this world it's real easy to get caught up in your thoughts. And that's why wisdom and knowledge, that's where wisdom and knowledge comes in. Proverbs 2:10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. And I realized that myself, going through all the things that I've been going through my whole life. I realized my thoughts got me into a lot of the things that I got into. And chasing money, because I saw others with stuff that I wanted, materialistic items, and all those things mean nothing. All those things mean nothing. And that's where it all goes back to your thoughts. It all goes back to the thoughts. This is Psalms 37:16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. Okay, I'm going to read that again. A little that a righteous man has is better than the righteous of many wicked. And see, in this world, we're taught that the more you have, the better off you are, the more successful you are, and it's not true. It's not true. Says right here, Salakia, says right here, I'm going to start right here. This is from the segment As a Man Thinketh. It says, pure thoughts crystallize into habits of temperance and self-control, which solidify into circumstances of repose and peace. Thoughts of courage, self-reliance, and decision crystallize into many habits, which solidify into circumstances of success, plenty, and freedom. Energetic thoughts crystallize into habits of cleanliness and industry, which solidify into circumstances of pleasantness. Gentle and forgiving thoughts crystallize into habits of gentleness, which solidify into protective and preservative circumstances. Loving and unselfish thoughts crystallize into habits of self-forgetfulness for others, which solidify into circumstances of sure and abiding prosperity and true riches. And that's definitely the truth. That's definitely the truth. This is Psalms 62:10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. So in the end, riches really mean nothing. You got a bunch of money, it means nothing. Now, yeah, you'll be able to buy materialistic items you want and move around, go to a new city or, you know, but money, just because you have a bunch of money doesn't mean you have peace within you. It does not mean you have peace within you. And that leads me to Proverbs 11 and 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. And that shows you that, I mean, just look at a bunch of these celebrities. They got plenty money, millions. But when they're home, sitting home in their mansion, and they're at home, their minds are plagued. They're not happy at all. They end up taking a bunch of drugs and killing themselves because they trusted in their riches. I mean, scripture says, Proverbs 11 and 28, he that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. So you can trust in your money, all your money if you want to, but you're going to fall right along with that money. It's best to trust in the Lord and trust in righteousness. And that's why we trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? And I got one more scripture before I close out. That would be James 5 and this goes back to Salakia. No, that's I mean, that's pretty much it, actually. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, because that's pretty much it. Because like I said, it goes back to, just trusting in righteousness and trusting in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and controlling our thoughts, because Satan uses our thoughts against us. Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. As one of the other, as I heard one of the other prophets say, this is the ultimate mental game. So everything starts with a thought. And if your thoughts are pure and of righteousness, then that's what will come to you. But if your thoughts are of like as it says here in as a man thinketh, hateful and condemnatory thoughts crystallize into habits of accusation and violence, which solidify into circumstances of injury and persecution. Selfish Selfish thoughts of all kinds crystallize into habits of self-seeking, which solidify into circumstances more or less distressing. On the other hand, beautiful thoughts of all kinds crystallize into habits of grace and kindliness, which solidify into genial and sunny circumstances. Pure thoughts crystallize into habits of temperance and self-control, which solidify into circumstances of repose and peace. So, hopefully, these are my precepts for the segment titled "As a Man Thinketh," and hopefully, this has become edifying to someone out there listening. And of course, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash, and double honors to my elders and apostles, the great millstone. Peace and sincere blessings to the hopeful elect and the 1/3 scattered across the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the very few brothers out there, to all the brothers out there, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, declaring the name of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.